He needs to know that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't keep secrets, but I also don't trust a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard when you have a trust issue. But my brother, I tell him everything and I don't lie.
Okay.
Because I live with them and I need to with my mental illnesses. I have triggers and stuff like that, and coping skills. So he helps me with that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I try not to keep it bottled up and hidden. It is what it is, and I need help, and I'm willing to get it.
Okay. That'd be good. How you feel today?
I feel great.
Good. Thanks for reading. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
How much time you have clean, Queen?
Since April 15th, just hot.
Hey,
But I'm working on my
all right, I thank God for last night's rest this morning rise. Thank God for his grace and his mercy. Grace is always giving me what I don't deserve. And mercy is not giving me what I do deserve. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. How the brothers and sisters doing this morning?
Good.
Everybody good? Yeah. That's Brother Dash. I'm Dirt. Together we call the Minds of Men. Non-profit spiritual organization. We don't deal with religion. Strictly 100% spiritual. Because religion can become dogmatic. You can lose people. You can offend people. So we stay out of that traffic and we keep it spiritual. All right. So politics, religion, all of that, that's your beliefs. Only speak on I statements, all right? That clears the atmosphere, right? Come on, bro, how you doing? What's your name?
My name is Edward Taylor.
How you doing, Mr. Taylor?
I'm into the addiction part of it, and like I was telling you, I was more into the psychiatric areas, going to counseling and bipolar meetings, and I was going to church and stuff. I was going to ask you, how do you keep it spiritual rather than religious?
All right. Religion is what team we play for. Jehovah's Witnesses, Catholics, Seventh-day Adventists, Muslims, Buddhists, etc., etc. Spirituality is spiritual principles. Love, that's spiritual. Patience, that's spiritual. Forgiveness, that's spiritual. Honesty, spiritual principles. So we live by what? Applications. All right? Religion is like live by those spiritual principles, the applications, the prayer, the patience, the perseverance, the acceptance, the listening, they spiritual principles. Yeah. You follow me? So that's spirituality. That's how we deal along those lines. So what you believe in, who you pray to, that's your business. We stay out your business, all right? But we do work on spiritual principles, because that leads me back. That helps me not go back to the land of the lost. Come on.
I was looking up Collective Soul. It goes to a rock band from the 90s. It's a collective soul. I wanted it to be that it was like its own thing, or it had its thing, but did they make that up, or is that like, that's like a coexist, or like everybody puts in a piece kind of thing?
I don't know nothing about that.
Like kind of give and take.
I don't know, bro. Maybe, I don't know. I gotta look into that. You follow me?
I was hoping you could tell me what a collective soul was.
A collective soul?
Yeah.
That's good. Anybody know about the answer for that? The collective soul. I got no problem telling people I don't know.
Stay the rock band.
Okay. Now, I never heard of them. But I never heard of them. But collective, I mean, that's a together, that's a unit. We all on it.
You probably recognize the songs from the radio, but
probably so, and then probably didn't know the band. How much time you got clean, Mr. Taylor?
Since July 1st.
Hey, all right, all good, dude. On 2 months, all right. I want to thank Miss Sharon for being here today, and also Miss Sophia is leaving. Yes, I'm gonna miss her.
Yes, everybody is.
Yes. You want to stand up and say something? Or you want to sit down and say something?
I'm proud of everybody. Seriously, I mean, you guys have all come such a long way. Derek, even you.
Praise God.
You just blossom and just blessing us with your presence every other Monday. The person who I was telling you about, who loves you and who was talking really highly about you, it was Catherine.
Yeah, it's my buddy.
Yeah.
So what? He's not coming? You're not coming no more?
Yeah, I'll be here.
No, I mean, just keep your
his hair out.
everybody just keep your eyes on the prize.
Yeah.
We have a goal. It's a common goal. Step down. After that, you out the door. Live your life and just think about it. Just be gentle with yourself. Take it one day at a time. Those coping skills, repositioning people in your life that don't serve you well. So you live the best life.
God bless you.
There
All
we go.
right. All right. I love Cooley High. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. All right, Mr. Fury, we love you. All right. I'm definitely going to keep in touch. I got a topic for this morning. It says progression. All right. I'm sorry. Progress. Excuse me. Progress. God took it further. Progression, stagnation, regression. Topics. Progression. It means to develop. All right. We're developing. We're getting better. We are ascending to a new plateau.
Double level.
Stagnation. We stuck. Mediocrity. We play it safe. No movement. No growth. No activity. And regression. We Michael Jackson moonwalk. Backwards, back to the crack house, the shooting gallery, back to prison, losing our mind, etc., etc. So we're gonna do the topics one by one, and we're gonna see where we all at with these right here. We're gonna be like Michael Jackson by like 12:15, 12:30. Y'all ready to have fun?
Yeah.
Let's get into it. All right. For those who watch the clock, remember, if people put their hands up, that clock moves quicker than you would have ever thought because we all engage in dialogue. Let's get with it. Number one, denial. Denial. Are we progressing, coming out of it? Are we stagnated, staying in it? Or are we regressing back to living in denial? Denial. That acronym stands for Don't Even Know I'm Lying. Anybody? When it comes to money.
Don't even know I'm what?
Lying.
Break
Denial.
down.
That's the acronym they
Break
say.
down. Break down.
Don't even know I'm lying. Denial.
What about A?
I am.
Hey.
Don't even know I am lying.
Thank
Thank
There we go.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Very good. All right. I am lying. Okay. And look, it's hard for me to what? Come out of denial if I'm still minimizing my situation. Do anybody minimize their situation? All right. It's only weed.
Right.
I only do perks once a day. All right. I got a medicinal card. I got the breathalyzer in my car, at least, and I blew on it, and the car start up.
Yeah.
But I drink after it start up.
Conversation is going in.
Denial. Anybody hear that?
My boy used to do that.
Yeah.
He's blowing the joint, start the car.
Yeah, okay.
I got nigga was tired.
So I could never reach progress if I'm living in denial.
Right.
Everybody understand it? I can never progress if I'm still living in denial. Sister Sophia was talking about comparing. That's a form of denial. Comparing. I don't eat out of trash cans, but I'm still using. My clothes are clean, but I'm still using. I'm not neglecting my children. I'm paying them the rent, but I'm still using. Comparing. Keep me on a plantation of what? Active using. Living in what? Denial. So I won't progress. I stay stagnated and regression because I'm still stuck in denial. In denial. Anybody been in denial? How about, okay, you want to speak on that? What's your name?
Danielle,
How you doing?
I'm good.
All right. I like specifics. When it comes to what, Danielle, as far as denial, like what?
Telling myself that it's okay to just do one.
And what happened?
Big lie in hell.
It was, and is. It's just the first, like the old saying goes, you pick up one, you're off to the races, and that's what I do. Like I recently this week thought to myself, oh, the probation officer gave me an appointment for September 19th. I can just go and have fun. Nope, I called my sponsor. I'm like, yeah, I had this dumb thought. So we on some relapse and recovery in the basic text right now.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very
so
good.
That was my assignment, and I'm just learning to expose it now because I've learned through my higher power and through the rooms that if I don't expose it, it's going to grow. So I had to shed light on it, and I did, and I feel better about it.
Awesome. And she read about that. The secrets keep us sick. Very good. So
Great.
listen, that's an example of what? Progression. She progressing when it comes to what? Denial. Very good. How much time do you have clean?
I have 2 months and 17 days.
Hey, all right. Anybody else? Denial. Progression, stagnation, regression. How about number 2? Toxic relations. Toxic relations. Anybody want to get into that right there? How you doing? Come on. How you doing, bro? What's your name?
Scott.
Hey, Scott. What's happening, Scott?
Not much. Trying to stay away from toxic relations right now.
Okay.
I don't know. Some things like it's a setup. Like my ex-wife, like dropped my kid off and like she just moved, so I'm like trying to help her out, like get adjusted to the new house and stuff. She needs like stuff done, and I'm like, I'm setting myself up. Like, I know I shouldn't be here. I know I shouldn't even get out the car. I should just honk the horn, let my daughter jump in the car, and just keep it moving. Instead, my dumb ass is like, hey, do you need help? I'm like setting myself up. You know what I mean?
You know what you're doing.
It's like, I'm not like planning a relapse or like a resentment, but like in my head, I think I'm doing the right thing, but in my heart, I know I'm not doing the right thing for myself.
Everybody hear that? Not doing the right thing for itself.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I justify it because my daughter. You know what I mean? But it's like, no, I know better.
Okay.
She's got a boyfriend. I should stay the hell away from the situation.
Oh, she got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yes.
So who the hell am I? You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, it's a toxic relationship.
Okay.
Temptation.
Okay. That's your kid's mom.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna have relations.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all gonna have relations. But how do you make it untoxic if it's toxic?
Keep my distance till it's healthy.
Lean.
There you go.
Till I can take care of myself.
And you need to be
Take care of the
open
situation.
too, like
Yeah.
with
Open.
all of them, because if you don't know if it's making it hard in her household, you know what I mean? Like if her boyfriend is arguing with her, like, oh, he keep coming here, and you know, like,
Yeah.
so and it could be making it hard on your daughter, like, oh, I gotta hear them arguing, you know, then my dad, you
Yeah,
know,
it's
like,
not even like that. It's like
I know, I
awkward.
understand,
It's like
I get it,
awkwardly.
I get
It's
it,
awkwardly nice.
right,
Like I'm like, wait, you're too nice. What's going on?
right,
You know what I mean?
Tell them up.
right,
Listen to this.
right,
You're
right,
answering the phone.
What?
right.
What's going on? I gotta stay the hell away. I'm like looking for a setup. Right? Like
How old's your daughter?
7.
7. Okay. All right.
But it's
Okay.
like,
She don't blame herself for y'all's divorce. I mean, the splitting, do she?
no.
Okay, that's cool. All
We
right.
try
Some
to,
kids
we
do
try
that.
to reinforce that to her.
All right, very
You
good.
know what I mean?
Okay, that's awesome. How much time you got clean now, Scott?
Not even a week.
Give it to him.
Back to
All
the-
right. God bless you. Come on, sis.
I've kind of learned that toxic for me in any relationship is when they can't leave me alone, but they can't treat me right either.
Oh.
Hey.
So
You got
like
some
I
jewels,
look for
man.
that, like what
You
are
got
you
to
doing?
go.
Are you so like I have 3 daughters. They're all my children are adults, so I have 3 daughters and 1 son, and I tell them all the time, like if they're not contributing to your cause, you got to get the step.
Right.
And that's just kind of what I look for now, like in people, like are you legit, or you know what I mean? Like where's the genuity?
Bullshit.
Because you can see in toxic people like some fake ass shit, like for real. And like if you not in my corner, like you just egging me on or doing whatever or saying one thing and doing another, that's another form of toxicity for me. My marriage was toxic. Like it was the definition of what I just said about he couldn't leave me alone, but he couldn't treat me right either. There were things that I knew of, and I was like, I'm going. Like I got to go. So that's what I've learned.
Very good. Do your daughters listen to you?
For the most part, yeah. Some of them are a carbon copy of me. So it's a little hard, but at the same time, I learn from them. Like my youngest daughter, she's like my miniest of me's because she is the one that saw a lot of what was going on. So like she's very outspoken. She's very like she'll tell you right where to get off. We're Italian, so there's never a moment where you don't know where you stand. Good, bad, or indifferent. So like I learned from her. Like I just we went to Media's Unity Day, and I'm a performer. I sing in bands, and
Okay.
my old harmony girl, she's frontlining on this one band, and she had a couple of strokes, direct result of her using. She had a moment where I don't know if it was nerves, I don't know if it's her illness, because we're not really talking. She's in active addiction, so I kind of put that to the side. But I loved her from a distance. She was throwing up in the heat and whatnot. So I'm like, I don't let people do none of that. But my daughter was like, what did she do to you? How did this, like she brought up all the bad things, and she was like, why are you entertaining this? And I'm like, well, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna see anybody down. And she was like, but you're gonna get sucked back in. Like, so I learned from her, and I think she's probably the one that listens the most. So like, she hears, because I tell her all the time things that I hear, like, and things that I try to practice. Like, you can only control what you say and do, because she has oppositional defiant disorder. So I feel like recovery and that diagnosis kind of go, like, the coping skills are the same. They line up in the same fashion, because oppositional defiant disorder is very, it's what it is. You oppose everything, you oppose authority, like, you tell them
There
no.
is actually an illness name with that?
Yeah, it's
Really?
called ODD, yeah. It's horrible to have, but she's turned around, like, she really has, and like, I commend her, and I learned from her.
Okay. I always was toxic. You know what? Because see, I always talked about people, but I never talked about me. And I thank God I use drugs, because coming out of drugs, it let me know that you can't talk external, you got to talk internal. And for years, I was always toxic. I would always chase women without intimacy. All I had on mind was what? Having sex.
Right.
That's it, right? I would lie to get sex. I would manipulate to get sex. I would dope fiend to get sex. I would front to get sex. I'd be somebody who I wasn't to get sex. It was all about what? Sex, not intimacy. Not intimacy, right? And then I learned from jackasses and dummies and people who was divorced and people who didn't care about situations. So I had a bad mentality of what I thought a man should be dealing with a woman. Then I had bad examples of how we should continue to act towards a woman. So I lived like a savage beast, and I wonder why I was so alone. I wonder why I was still masturbating. Wonder why I'm always by myself. Wonder why I'm always getting hung up on. I wonder why I have them just to lose them. I wonder why I have queens and I try to pervert them to what? To sluts and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because it was me that needed detox. And it took me a long time to realize, Dirk, your ears are not here, they down here. Dirk, your ears are not here, they're down here. And if she was not talking down here, I couldn't hear her.
You're the cookie monster.
So maturity made me put my ears where they belong, right? I want to be a better man, maybe take my ears and put them where they belong. Because I can't be good to nobody if I'm a damn danger to what? To myself. So I lived with toxic relations because I was toxic. And I thought being toxic was what? Normal and cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And quote unquote, the best to ever do it. But that was just nonsense. That's foolishness, man. But I don't want the toxicity. But when we talk about toxic relations, we got to start with who? Ourselves. Yeah. Right? And that's very important. Because I would always a good woman. I would never make the progression of a good relationship because I was always stagnated. And when I was stagnated, I would always go back to regression. Even I was trying to attempt to be a different person, but my attitude, my mentality, and my heart took me back to what I always did, being a toxic individual. So I would hide behind women and bring my pain and bring my baggage and the immaturity and the using and all of that, and would drag her down. And I was always look for the weak woman. Because a woman with substance ain't for the nonsense. A woman who reads the Quran on her deen or read the word of God, who's spiritually inclined and in tune to nonsense and foolishness. And fitna, the Muslims say. Stayed away from them. One who set boundaries and they are fair and firm with their boundaries, stayed away from them. Because I was toxic and they wasn't playing. So I knew who to what? Get involved with and who to stay away with. So thank God today that I get to look at me from using drugs to start to clean up slowly but surely. Then I started reading books like Samson and Delilah. Started reading about David and Bathsheba, how women know how to position their bodies in the angle where they know that a guy's peripheral is doing them. And they can see what's going on. They know how to wear those push-up bras. And if they don't have up there that much up there, they know how to insulate them. Yeah, come on, right. Right. So Will. Yeah, right. So toxic relations. So we live in and we learning. You know what I'm talking about? And some of us as men, we take women for granted. And ladies, whenever you got a man who some of us, we take you for granted. We do everything to get you. and stop doing it to keep you.
Yep.
Because the excitement was what? In the chase. What's your name, Queen? Courtney.
Yeah.
Pretty. Hi, Courtney. How you doing? Shut up.
Damn.
Courtney, can I get your phone number?
No.
Courtney, come on. I'm a decent human being. I don't give a damn. I'm going to report your dumb ass. Excited. Why? Because she's denying me. I'm persistent, but she's resistant. I'm persistent, but she's resistant. And if she stopped being resistant, she let me what? Win. Right, talking about? So now I have conquered my prey. But now guess what? That's all I wanted, just to get her, but not to what? Keep her. Because it wasn't intimacy, it was lust. Because lust come to what? Take from our lives. But love come to add to our lives. I'm wondering how so many men, not all men, but a lot of men start families and don't finish. Create families, develop families, but don't finish. That's big right there. That's big right there. Toxic relationship. I'm the one that's toxic first. So I got to see me clearly before I even see you. Who got married? You didn't know who the hell she was or you was. I've been there.
Hey, let's get married.
Yeah, my ex-wife from East Baltimore, knives and guns, a wildcat, liked them, excitement. But today I want peace. But she was territorial and she was jealous and envious and vindictive and spiteful. What a good lover. And because she might be watching. But I ain't gonna lie, though, Bill. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. Slow down. But listen, but she's a great lover, good cook, funny, and all of that matters. But her what? Her psychological, mental, damage was real.
Why you ain't looking at the camera?
I'm cross-eyed. My bad. But she was like, she had a lot of pain with her. And all the pain she had, I ignored it. Because once again, my ears wasn't here.
Right down here.
They were down here.
You wanted that.
Right, so I didn't care about you was on dope and
whatever.
About your son got murdered and she told me about that and your sister slept with your boyfriend. I didn't care about that. I couldn't hear none of that right there. But that was the ingredients for her pain, for her situation. But I ignored that. Because after the butt, now what? How you doing, brother? So we'll be talking about to progress. So I'm getting much better with relationships because I try to stop looking at women as sexual objects and queens.
That's right.
How you see them is how you treat them. How many men here can see a queen and a dauphin? I can. How many ladies can see a king and a crackhead?
Not a crackhead, though.
He in there.
I'm not a crackhead. I just get high. I'm not a crackhead.
But they in there. Everybody hear that? Because my whole point is this right here. Look at my glasses. Perception is very important. Perception is very important. All right? Perception is very important. My mother always talked to the king that was trapped in a crackhead. Dirk, you better. Dirk, what's your problem? Dirk, I love you. Dirk, your father love you. Dirk, God love you. Dirk, why don't you love you yet? Dirk, we didn't raise you to be no bum. Where did we go wrong? I said, you didn't go wrong. I went wrong, right? Perception. So she always kept reinforcing the king that was trapped inside of the crack head. That goes for drunks and pill poppers and perks and Xannies, etc., etc. There's always good and bad.
Yeah.
Who remember the color purple?
Yeah.
Color purple. What's the name? What's his name? Whoopi Goldberg. No,
Right.
Danny Glover was a bum when he met Whoopi Goldberg, but he used Whoopi Goldberg as crutches. Yeah, crutches what? To maintain his toxicity. Brought another woman in the house. Beat her at random when he got ready. When he brought the girl in the house, he tried to cook her breakfast, remember?
Yeah, oh my God.
And they blew the whole kitchen up, right? But it took Whoopi Goldberg, the one who's being disrespected, to cook a beautiful meal. And when she first seen, she said, "You sure is ugly." Right. And man, they by the movie kept progressing. She said, "You know what? You're not ugly." And they had a lesbian encounter. But anyway, But guess what? But I remember when she went to go shave, she said, where, what you call that? She said she about to get what you call a shave. And she haul ass.
Yeah.
And she caught her hand because she was about to what? She tired of what? The madness.
Gonna whack him.
It reminded me of Farrah Fawcett in the burning bed.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Yeah, she got me. I read The Real Girl who Farrah Fawcett portrayed. She was getting beat for 13 years straight.
Damn. I was shot.
Set his ass on fire when he was asleep, got in the car with her kids, and what? Left. Did 10 years out of what? 30 years. Yeah. All right. But look, back to my point. And every wicked, every bad person is always good. And by the end of the movie, when she left Danny Glover, he returned to the bum that he was. But in his bumness, he went to the chicken coop, went to got the money, went to immigration, sent for what? Whitney Goldberg's kids from Africa and brought them back to the plantation. And a lot of Jews was in that movie. And it took a Jewish brother to what? To direct that movie. Spielberg did that movie. And in 85, what the hell was I doing in 85 that I missed that greatness? Right? But anyway, that's big right there. And every bad person is good.
And in every good person, there's some bad.
There you go. So how you see them is how you treat them. I'm toxic first. Not her, not the mailman, not the lawyer, not my baby mama. I'm toxic first. Because you got to get rid of the what? The log that's out of your eyes so you can see clearly the person that you what? That you might be condemning. All right? And then when we look at ourselves first and be honest with ourselves, we can start to progress when we deal with what? Relations. Easy said than what? Done. How about deception? That's what we're talking about here. Deception, perceptions. It's like, oh, Miss Sophia gave me this right here. She was saying that some who here watch other people and compare your life to them? Who watch other people and compare your life to them? And don't look at all the ingredients it took for them to get what they got. If you selling drugs, I'm not looking at no hustlers. They compare myself to no hustler. I'm not selling drugs. They might be saying, I know how that fast money comes and all that stuff. I'm talking about somebody who's legitimate working. And some of us will watch them, but we'll miss the blessing that's in our lives. Start to compare ourselves, condemn ourselves. Start throwing that word should around. I should be married. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be on no drugs. I should be with my kids. But not watching the person. That's what haters do. Haters always hate. They don't ask how you got it. I got a BMW that need to get told or sold. But when I first got it in 2017 at Burlington, New Jersey, I drove back in Philadelphia. You should see the eyes that was looking at me. They don't know that I had a cosigner. They don't know that car was a lemon. They don't know that car was in the shop more than I drove it. Haters never ask how you got it. They just hate or have envy. Perception. Anybody. You see somebody and you get envious of them. You know? Somebody who come up like we come up. In jail, on drugs, carrying guns, and look at them now. They working. They got a good job. But don't look at all the elements and all the stages it took them to get what they got. It's like two people in position. One person don't do nothing from what? From Monday to Monday, they don't do nothing. Friday, their hands is out begging. But the other person, he works on Monday, he works on Tuesday, he works on Wednesday, he works on Thursday. Friday, he got a check. But the guy who didn't do nothing, that dolphin on Monday, played around on Tuesday, want to fight everybody on Wednesday, mad at the world on Thursday, hand out begging on Friday. Right, put back to what? Perception. All right? If you don't put nothing in it, you don't get what? Write it down. You know, you got people like that? They want it's like a person who's alive, but don't even help them, don't come visit them. But when they die, want to be in the will. Right. They do a damn thing when they was alive, but want everything when they no longer here. Progression. Stagnation or regression. How about the depression? Who get depressed in here? All right, you want to speak on that? Depression. What caused your depression? What caused it? Come on, Mr. Tyler.
Mental illness.
Okay, all right. All right, you clinically depressed? You know, like people.
They say bipolar, schizophrenia, and anxiety and depression. But I have physical parts of my disability with my legs. So for me, it's like I got cracks in my foundation that they kind of weaken me. If something slipped through the cracks if I'm not careful, living the healthy life I should, and it messed me up. But depression kind of snuck up on me because I try to stay positive and optimistic, and then with depression, it started beating me up and taking a toll on me, in my opinion, before I knew it for even years, and then I looked into it more and realized that it's just your whole world becomes like gray, and all the things that I loved were there, but I couldn't really get to them, and then it just felt like all my passion was dead and gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there was like blocks, like something's in the way, something like mental blocks and just things in my life. I don't know how to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Blocks of some sort. But and because I couldn't get those out of the way or have it the way I wanted, I didn't go for my passions as well as I could have. I was taking other things seriously and not giving up in different ways. But it could have been partly trying to become a man, but I do have, I'm physically and mentally disabled. So I'm dual diagnosis.
Okay. You take meds for your depression?
I've been on all different meds and all different doctors and everything, but currently I'm not on any. Recently I was taking Zyprexa for anxiety and stuff.
That stuff work? Do it helps?
It does, but this time it wasn't so bad. But I remember just the one. I just want to be on one med and the lowest dose possible, if anything.
I hear that. Okay.
And really, I don't like taking it. I like the medical marijuana, but I'm kind of getting raked over and screwed on this one. Well, they say with schizophrenia, you don't want to smoke the marijuana for medical, even for medical reasons. But I kind of disagree that I have it necessarily. I don't do it because I enjoy it and it helps calm me down and stuff and connect me to my roots and nature and stuff and touch with nature. And I think it's a good one.
Okay. All right. Okay.
People disagree with the doctors and stuff, but they also deny me that I had painful anxiety, which I know for sure that I did my whole body and through my neck and head, and also that it's one thing after another. When you have one problem, it can lead to more problems. And with the physical parts of my disability, they denied that it had anything to do with my mental health, and I deny that that's true. I disagree, and I don't like that it kept being that over and over with different doctors that made me kind of think something's going on shady and have doubts about things. So while I go through everything, I'm trying to learn and embrace it. Just trying to be willing to learn things. But it's been rough. It's been tough for me.
All right, thank you, Edward.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that,
Thank
brother.
you.
All right. Is he alone? Is he alone? Depression. How about situational, seasonal SADs? Situational affective disorders. Anybody got those? Somebody who dies, right? When holidays come, Thanksgiving, Christmas, they no longer there. Gifts, smells remind me of them. Places we go remind me of them. Stores, traveling, anything reminds me of what? Of them. Seasonal affective disorder. Anybody got those right there? Get depressed of loved ones that's no longer here. Can cause us to get what? Depressed. Also, they say winter time. The earth move away from the sun. So some of us are what? Get clinically depressed because of a lack of what? Sunlight.
Yeah, that's why I joined the tanning salon.
Say it again?
I joined the tanning salon. It actually helps with depression. I usually do it in February because that's really my downfall. Because I do suffer from depression, and sometimes everything could be going great, absolutely wonderful, but I can still be depressed.
Okay, I know. So tanning, that helps.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, for some
Don't go tanning.
I'm not.
Don't go tanning.
Come on. Yeah, come on. What's your name?
I'm sorry, I'm Doreen.
Hey.
I just want to tell you that I just recently stopped working at a tanning salon. We had a red light. Do you do that at your tanning salon?
No.
It's red light therapy, so it's a tanning bed. And a few of my clients, they had SAD disorder, and some of them have depression, some of them have pain or anxiety, and you just go in there. It's like a tanning bed. It's not about tanning. Just lay in there. It's like 30 minutes, and it really helps. And my clients that came in for depression type stuff, they noticed from the first time they felt a lot better. So look into that.
Yeah.
If you're ever going to a tanning
Yeah,
salon.
what tanning salon?
It was California Sun. It's over.
I heard of them.
Look at it, look at it.
I'm not jumping in that.
Yeah, I don't know. But they definitely, I definitely did some research on it. I know everybody says about the tanning salon, but for me, it's my mental health. It's the one thing I do once a year for myself to keep myself, to be able to get through the winter. And I take medicine. I take a good bit of medicine because I got the bipolar, the PTSD, the DID, and the psychosis.
Okay.
And I originally had depression my whole life, so it took a while, like the last 3 years with the medicine and everything's been crazy. But I finally got back on the medicine that I was on for 15 years, like about 10 years ago, and I'm doing great. You know what I mean? But it does mean, sometimes they kind of figure out the medicine, what works, what doesn't work. I was on a few things that I didn't need, that it was not pertaining to me, because mine happened because of horrific trauma. That's why I'm diagnosed with all this now. Something happened, like I wasn't born with it.
Okay.
So,
All right. Okay. Thank you for sharing that.
thank you.
How much time you got clean, sis?
I really don't. I just, so I had a bad drug test. I'm on probation. I had a bad drug test, so I had to come here. So.
Okay.
But I do use medical marijuana every day.
Okay, let's give it to her, y'all. Go blood. I saw your hand, Queen. Come on.
Yes, I learned learning about my depression. I have what's called dysthymia. So it's a little tricky. Like you have a little anxiety, you have a little depression. But I also take with my Lexapro, I take a vitamin D3 supplement. And actually, like the more you stay out, those who suffer from depression, the more that you get like direct sunlight, like it definitely helps, even if you're not on medication, because it helps to lift your natural serotonin levels. So it'll lift you up out of the dark, so to speak.
Anybody hear that?
Yep.
He said that.
It works.
What vitamin is that?
Vitamin D3.
Vitamin D3. Okay.
And if you don't have access to it or money's an issue, go spend you some time in the sunlight.
Yep, it works. I tell that to my brother all the time. Like it does work. It makes you feel better about yourself.
Vitamin D3.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Whether you take the pill or you go to,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with that. I'm with the herbs and all of that right now, because I'm trying to, be a better, trying to live like Moses, 100-some years old. But my mother turned 77 yesterday. Yeah, 77. 77. That was her birthday. Yes. I know she's glad she's not yelling at me no more. My mom kept my mother depressed. Who kept their family depressed?
Kept up at night too.
Yeah, kept the family members depressed. Yeah, right.
My mom was so glad. She said, "I'm so glad you went to prison." I was relieved. She cried like hell in the courtroom. But she said, "I'm glad your ass was gone."
That what your mom said?
Yeah.
Depression.
I'm glad I went too. Somebody's gonna kill me. So I was gonna kill myself seriously. I was vicious out there, boy.
Depression. I know when all the coke ran out, I got depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you gonna see who you gonna rob.
Yes, right? Yeah. Right. Depression is real. All right. What lives under depression? Suicide or what?
Thoughts.
Anybody been there before? Yes. All right. Gotta come out of that. She said vitamin D3.
You said suicidal thoughts, right? One thing I want to talk to, like depression real bad. And like you want attention and stuff. So I called myself trying to kill myself. So I took a razor, right? And cut it across here, across my vein. And it was bleeding real crazy. And I was up there howling, put a towel on it. My father said, "Boy, if you're going to kill yourself, do it right."
Right.
Now close my damn door.
Hey, it's a true story.
Yeah.
It's a true story. On April 1st, a guy shared this at Kirkbride, right? And he said my son, him and his baby mom was arguing. So that was before April 1st, April Fool's Day. So on April Fool's Day, he goes to his job on the break room, stand on a chair, put a noose around his neck, and wherever he tied it, the beam or something, whatever like that, it snapped, it broke.
Right.
And he couldn't get down. It was a joke, and he taped it.
Right.
And he wound up dying. It was a joke, but he died with the joke, right? So, and like she was talking, a lot of trauma, man. A lot of trauma causes a lot of what? Depression. Here's another remedy with vitamin D. Beside that is joy. Anybody know about joy? To me, that's my spiritual Yo, vitamin, joy. See, joy is internal. So if she breaks my heart, I still got what?
Joy.
Everybody hear that? I relapse. I still got what?
Joy.
I'm broke like a church mouse.
Got joy.
Still got joy. My family try to marginalize me. I still got what? Joy, right? My health is deteriorating, but I still got what? Joy. That's internal. Watch the Grinch that stole Christmas. And when he stole everything, he had to bring it back because joy was never in things. Joy was what? Internal. Come on, Miss Sharon.
Another supplement that you can use that helps with depression is 5, the number 5. HTP.
5H what?
TP. H as in horse, T, top, P as in ball.
What's that?
You can get it at any GNC, you can get it at CVS, you can get it at
What is it?
It's a supplement to help with depression.
Oh, yeah? Okay, 5-HTP. I'm going to check that out. All right.
Yeah, I like some natural cures, you know what I mean? Like, I always look at like home remedies or stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And marijuana was like my thing, but I'm not allowed, so I don't smoke marijuana.
Weed is good. Weed is good.
For anxiety and stuff.
For anxiety and all that, right?
Yeah.
I admit to that. I'm 16 years clean, but I can't agree to that right there. Weed do calm you down.
They might come off it on the quarter century or something.
Huh?
They might legalize it or something like that. I don't know.
Certain states is legalized.
All right, okay.
Yeah, you go.
All right.
Don't buy your joint. Well, they got the prescription right here. That will give you a prescription for it. All weed you want.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you this. Do the judge want to hear that we're depressed?
No.
He said you really gonna be depressed when you get this time.
All right, I'm trying to figure.
Again, y'all remember I told you if you came back in my courtroom? I said, yeah. He said, you got that.
Depression. That's
Shackled
big.
me up and took me out of there.
How do we comfort up another person if some of our peers might be depressed? What do you say to them? How do you relate to them?
Okay.
Something good.
Everybody likes it.
Okay, very good. Words of encouragement. What you was gonna say?
Just humor. I always deflect with humor.
Humor.
Yeah, make them laugh.
Very good. It take them out of a little situation. All right, very good.
Tell them that God loves them.
Very good. All right. How about the person who never talk? And they got a poker face. You never know what's going on with them. They angry, mad, you wanna blow your head off?
You gotta watch them ones.
You gotta watch the ones that are denial.
Yeah, okay. All right. How about anger? Who angry in here? Come on, Drew. What caused your anger? Everything?
Everything.
I like specifics. Come on, give me one. One or
Life.
two. Huh?
Life.
That's broad. What about life?
What?
Everything about life.
Are you mad you woke up?
Yes.
Jesus. You heard what I just asked you?
Asked me if I was
Go
mad
back
that I
to
woke
sleep.
up, and I said yes.
You want to die?
I don't want to live. I don't want to die. I want to disappear.
Okay.
You will when you die. You'll
All right,
disappear.
okay. All right.
BS.
So you gonna take the blue pill or the pink pill? The
I'm
major.
No,
gonna take the purple pill.
The purple pill?
No, take the red one. The red one got it.
How about wait a minute? How much time y'all clean, Drew?
70 days today.
Give me two. All right, Drew. Come on,
I started printing shirts and making bags and everything, right? And I put one that says never fuck up with a habit. And everybody's like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna copy. Like, I don't do that. The reason I got the shirt is, you see, like, when you just asking them and whatever, I always say like this. There's somebody more fucked up than
Worse than you.
Right.
My Lord told me that.
And if you put that really in your head, every time I try to do something, like right now I'm going to do something with my daughter, whatever, I gotta leave here and all that. I'm not mad because I know if somebody doing something, there's somebody taking their daughter to the grave. So they more fucked up than me, you know what I mean? So as long as I keep those words in my head, man, I don't think I can go back.
Everybody hear
I
that?
don't like Kensington. Who the fuck like I
I
can't say it like that. I've never been in that situation in Kensington, but my baby's mom's, I picked her up from a tent. He knows. I picked up my whole family. I'm not from here. So I met a girl, had kids, and everything. The whole family was fucked up. The whole family. The mother died, the father died of overdose. Everybody got overdose. So I'm like, damn, I be thinking I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
And at this point, I didn't even know what was drugs.
Right.
I was living with them, and they like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sell drugs, but like use drugs. You know what I mean? And now on from there, that's what I said. I'm gonna do that shit, man. Somebody else more fucked up than me. Fuck that.
How much time you got clean up?
Like 3 months.
Hey, give it to him. Hey, I'm gonna add on what my man from the Bronx was talking about. Listen, at Keystone, a guy said they had to interrupt our group. We do groups on Sundays at Castle Grayskull. All right, this is at Castle Grayskull, right up the street, right? I didn't know Keystone had an outpatient program. That's how I found out Brookhaven, right? I said, what? We coming. And God opened up the doors. But what the guy said, they interrupt the group. We was having a group. He said, listen, my daughter has been missing for what? 3 days.
Yeah.
And he got a phone call that day.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
that they killed his daughter. You heard what he just said, though? He didn't even know that happened. That's confirmation. Just when you think your life is worse, it's always what?
No, that's why I'm using those words. You see, like I'm saying?
Yeah.
We always think that we in a fucked up. No, man. Some people that can't even eat or get dressed.
Right.
So and let me tell you something. I go to Kensington with my own ass money and give out. Nobody give me no money because I seen my kids in that joint. I could never go back. No.
Here's another thing too, y'all. For me, right? Because some people don't have different beliefs. When I'm godless, I'm heartless. When I'm heartless, I'm ruthless. When I'm ruthless, I'm lawless. And when I'm lawless, I'm lifeless. All because I'm what? Godless. And when I'm godless, listen, I reach for everything else except my higher power to try to what? Maintain the pain that my life is in. Just when you think your life is worse, there's always somebody worse off. How about optimistic? Oh, how about who's passive aggressive? Drew talked about he always angry. Life makes him angry, all right? Who's passive aggressive? Who plot and scheme? Who's sneaky in here?
All y'all put your hands up.
How much time you got clean, soldier? Today, give it to him. God bless. You know people that they'll help us and turn around and talk about us? You know people like that?
Yeah.
You know, I gave her some sanitary napkins. Hey, hi, baby. How you doing? You know, his bum ass needs a goddamn cigarette. He working. He never got a damn. Hey, how you doing? Help us, then turn around and what? Talk about us. Yeah. You know people like that? Sometimes be family members.
Yep.
Can't wait to get on the phone. They lips us like Fox News.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a lot.
Passive aggressive. All right, plotting and scheming. Who suppress everything, then hold it, then explode? Is that dangerous?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The hold, then explode. Who do that? Why is that dangerous?
Because when you explode, you get hurt and others get hurt.
Very good. Hurt yourself and you hurt others. Come on, I heard something else. Suppress anger. Why is that dangerous?
Take you back out.
And take you back out to use it. Very good. Cocaine read about what? The secrets. And I stuffed my secrets and wound up using and hurt me and hurt other people. How about optimistic? How do we progress in life if we optimistic? How do we progress in life if we optimistic?
Things can get better.
Things to get better.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of optimistic?
Pessimistic.
What that mean?
That means the glass is half empty.
And you're a pain in the ass.
Right. Everything is what? Negative. Who's negative in here? Anybody negative? We said good morning. What's good about it?
Right.
Negative Nancy. Anybody anything like that? Drew, you negative?
Yes, I am.
You working on putting balance in that?
Yes, I am.
Very good. That's good. If we're negative, can we get high again?
Yes, you will.
You say? That's true too. All right, that's true. You right. Come on. When we talk about pessimistic. All right. Anybody pessimistic? I used to be. But the more you get close to your higher power, have a relationship and fellowship with your higher power, pessimistic turns to what? Being optimistic. And like he said up front, just when you think your life is worse, there's always somebody else to keep us what? Humble and grateful that we woke up this morning. I'm grateful that I can eat my food and nobody has to chop my food up and feed me through a straw. I'm grateful. Listen, I don't got that many clothes on, but thank God I'm not naked.
Right.
I'm grateful. Hey, I'm not driving, but I'm on a bus and I got a weekly pass or a monthly pass. Grateful.
I'm still riding.
Yeah, I do got a car, but it's a hoopty. It's a ghetto mobile, but thank God for that. Stay grateful. Optimistic. Staying positive. I don't give a damn what's going on. Stay optimistic, all right? How about sex? How do we progress? Or we're stagnated, or
Do
we're...
it more. Do it more.
Do it more?
Yeah.
All right. Can sex be dangerous?
Yes, it can.
When?
When it's lost.
Ah, very good. Sex without love is what? Sex with no love is what?
Hatred.
Anybody want to take a swing at that right there?
Get her now. I got her.
Any psychopaths in here?
Sociopath. I'm wired.
Wired as sound, right?
Sex without what? Love can be real abusive. That's like truth without love is what? Abuse. Your breath stink. It probably does, but the way you said it.
But you still want some.
Truth without love is abuse. Sex without love can be what? Abuse. Taking advantage of somebody.
That's weaker than you.
It's quiet in here. Act like y'all virgins. What's going on?
It might be.
All right, how about positive self? Okay, Lord. It got water. Something jumped in my throat.
Man, it looked like you were huffing that marker.
Positive self-affirmations. Why is that important? Positive self-affirmations. Telling them.
It'll be spirit.
Very good. Who look in the mirror and tell yourself positive things about yourself?
I do.
Is that important?
I do.
Yeah.
Come on, we listening. Why? Why is that important? Positive self-affirmations.
We have to love ourselves before we can love anybody else.
Very good. What you gonna say?
It raises my belief system about self.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have one on the bathroom mirror, I am beautiful because I don't think that I
There
am
we go.
unless I'm wearing makeup. So I go in there every morning, makeup all up the side of my face, you know, or if I remember to look, you know, take my makeup off or whatever, I stand there with no makeup on and I tell myself I'm beautiful even if I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
After a while, become a part of you.
Say it, mean it, believe it, achieve it. Say it, mean it, believe it, achieve it. Positive self-affirmations. We are not our mistakes. How about right here? Pain. Who dealing with pain? Health or mental pain? Anybody got it? Come on. Mental. Come on, we listening. Who wants to speak on that?
I have Crohn's disease, so I have a lot of episodes where bowel movements are painful, cramping in the stomach. It's under wraps right now because I'm not actively using cocaine, which I learned was doing me more harm than good. I told myself that, you know, because they used to use it as an old anesthetic years ago, like probably in the 1900s or whatever, that, you know, it was okay to self-medicate with that to take the pain away so I could get my ass up and go to work. But in actuality, it was attacking my intestines and making it worse. So like I was able to get out of bed, but then my flare-up the next day would be 10 times harder because, you know, it was counteracting my maintenance meds. And yes, I have the medical marijuana card for those moments, and you know, I get a lot of flack about that. Like they're like, you're not clean or whatever. But I look at it like, you know, if a doctor told me to take blood pressure medication, like that's saving my life. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm running to it to get high. I'm running to it to get relief. So like, you know, there's a lot of controversy about that, but you know, it is what it is. Different strokes for different folks.
Well, I can text it.
Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
My issue was crack. Like I feel like if I didn't have Crohn's, I could live without the pot. You know, and I don't always have a smoking session. Like I take other forms of it, whether it's through a suppository or it's through a tincture that's CBD based mostly. For me, it works. It works. It takes the pain away. Emotional pain, absolutely. Like I struggle with self-esteem issues, and like I'm actively working on that. Like I just got into a whole argument with my dude because, you know, like my expectations disappoint the shit out of me. So I'm trying to make sure. Like somebody told me, expectations are resentments waiting to happen. So I'm trying to take a look at that because, like, why should you have to pay for my past shit?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I got a good dude, and like, we had an argument over, like, I said something to him, and I was like, you know what? I'm cool. It's my shit. Like, I'll leave it at that. But like, he carried it on because he's so used to defending himself, like with my insecurities, and it just hurt my heart that, like, I put him there. Do you know what I mean? Like, he couldn't see what I was trying to say to him. Like, it was the third party looking out, like, you're enabling your son right now, like, da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, I'm like, what is your baby mom doing to rectify this situation? And he was like, why is it always about she, her? He couldn't even hear, like, the positive message I was trying to send him. And it was like, damn, I did that. You know what I mean? So, I forgot where I was going with that.
Emotion. Thanks for sharing that, sis. God bless you. God bless. We talking about pain, y'all. Health, pain, mental pain. She's talking about emotional pain. Good food, sis. And how's your health? You doing much better?
Yes.
All right, that's good. How about selfish? Who's selfish in here? Selfish versus selfless. Selfish versus being selfless. Anybody?
I'm selfish in my recovery.
Okay. All right. Why? Why is that important?
I always put myself first when it comes to my recovery because if I put anybody else first, then I won't, like keep progressing. So.
Okay. Are you selfless in your recovery also?
No.
You know what that means?
Yes, but I'm not. Because I still, like, I got children, and then, like, my husband, I always put him before me, like, when it comes to certain stuff. But, like, in my recovery, yeah, everything, like, selfless, selfish, like, that's me. But it's hard for me to be, like, at the same time. But I try to be.
All right, that's good. How much time you got, Clean?
For 8 years for my drugs, but prescribed drugs, a week.
Hey, all right. God bless you. Selfish hoarders, selfless givers. To receive, I got to give. Y'all believe that?
Most definitely.
Yes, to receive, we got to give. How about self-pity con artists? Self-pity con artists. Anybody here like that? Who regurgitate the same pain day after day after day after day. And guess what? People like that don't want answers for their pain. They want sympathy. They want empathy. They want attention. They want a cigarette.
Right.
Hit the door, Jack.
Anybody like that? That's why they say don't accept invitations from self-pity con artists. They want emotion, they want attention, they want affection, sympathy and empathy, cigarettes, etc., etc. Nobody? I've been there before. Especially in programs.
Right.
Especially in programs, right? That's right. I pull the violin out.
Yeah.
How about indifference? Indifference. Scott's Caucasian. I'm not listening. Dirk's black. Scott not listening. She's a woman. She's not listening. I'm a man. She's not listening. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Anybody like that? Who closed-minded? Who indifference? Yeah. I'm from the projects. You from the suburb.
Big deal.
But some people deal with what? Indifference. All right. Some people who are outside of the box, they might have mental issues first, who happen to be drug addicts. That could be a barrier for some people. Oh, you gay? I'm straight. I can't listen to a lesbian or homosexual. That's a lie. See, listen, we don't get caught up in, that's what a person do. We do ministry. Ministry don't look at what? Ministry look at what? The heart of an individual. We're not into color. I'm not into what? Your sexual preference and all that. We're into what? Touching the heart of an individual. So wherever your type of walk of life, it will never be a burden on us because our motives are correct.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
You can do ministry without it being religious?
Yes. Back to spirituality.
Tradition.
Spirituality.
Tradition of men.
Spirituality is like it's ministry.
Show the man spirit.
I don't have to talk Jesus to you. I don't have to say Buddha to you. I don't have to say Allah to you. I don't have to say that. That becomes religious. You know what I'm talking about? But ministry is touching a person's heart, their pain, through truth.
What does the word ministry mean? You know? The definition?
I gotta look that up. All right, but from how I see it, from how I see ministry, is you're as a person who stands in a pulpit, soapbox, wherever like that, and what? And speak a message
of truth,
of healing.
Oh, right.
Ministry, all right? And ministry could be what? Food ministries, giving people food that don't have no food. Clothes ministry. A ministry like giving people who need clothes. Everybody talking about?
All kind of ways of ministry.
Right, a lot of ways of ministry, all right? Indifference. For those who have indifference problems, they look at barriers. Barriers in a way for them to see clearly. They can't see past what's got them blocking their eyesight. So indifference. I will never progress if I'm what? Have indifference. It's just a situation. Stagnant. I love that movie with what's the girl name? Steve Martin and Queen Latifah. Anybody seen that movie?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, right. He got him, upstanding what? Was he a doctor or lawyer?
I think it's a lawyer. Isn't he
A lawyer.
Lawyer, right.
Lawyer or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Who didn't know all the ghetto for not linguistics, because two different worlds collided. And he was indifference, but it became to what? It became a bond. She taught him, and he taught her. Indifference. All right? The same what? You might use a different drug, I use a different drug, but we still at the same spot. Anybody understand that?
Same room.
All right. How about faith? That's big.
Yeah, it is.
Faith. Let's talk about faith. Whose faith progressing? Whose faith is stagnated? Or whose faith is going back to regression, to go back to what? Fear. Because fear is the opposite of what? Faith. And fear and faith are what? Roommates. And they cannot, they are not roommates. Right. But you can't have fear in your house.
And faith too.
And faith stays. Right. One gonna leave. If I got faith, fear gotta get the hell out of there. If fear stays, faith goes.
I thought love was the opposite of fear. In the Bible it is.
No.
The opposite of love is hate.
Right.
In the Bible, I believe it's fear. The opposite
No,
of
it's
love.
not.
But
It's not.
It ain't.
No, I'm just saying. I don't
Okay.
know. That's what I heard.
Okay, all right. But faith is the opposite of what? Fear, right? If I'm afraid to live, afraid to try, afraid to succeed, afraid to go down that street, afraid of what? To be honest, to advocate, afraid to be vulnerable, afraid to have understanding, afraid to walk with somebody who I not have no familiar with, afraid to go to a meeting, afraid to get a sponsor. I live in what? Fear. And fear will paralyze me, all my movements. But faith is just the opposite. I have faith in what? My higher power, that whatever I'm going through, he will see me through. Faith without works is what? Dead. Information with no application equals verbal masturbation. But information plus application equals internal transformation. Get the information, because faith comes by what? Hearing. When I hear, I got what? Learning. To have faith in my situation. So somebody tells me, Doug, stop tricking, because the last time you tricked, you got tricked.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to stop tricking. You know what I'm talking about? Have self-control. Have self-discipline. Sacrifice your sexual desires. Just to stay what? Clean. Faith comes by hearing. Who got vision? Anybody got vision in here? How about vision? Who saw Bugsy? Vision is so important.
Yeah. You foresee.
Who remember Bugsy? Remember Bugsy? I love Bugsy. You know why I love Bugsy? Because Annette Bedding. I love women who ain't scared. I love strong women, right? I don't like timid women, because weak women will help you stay weak.
Right.
If you're a strong man, but a woman knows her place. A woman plays her place, a man plays his place, and you got a healthy, that's called what? That's a healthy relationship.
On the ground.
Right. But Bugsy, they was in the desert because they just closed down a casino, right? And on the way back, and that Benton got out on him. Talking about vision, y'all. He slammed on brakes, jumped out the car, ran that way, looked east, looked west, looked south, ran back to the car. He said, I got it.
I seen Las Vegas.
Bugsy seen Vegas. Everybody else saw what? The desert. Vision
Very important.
is very important. Who saw Time to Kill by Samuel Jackson? How do a black man in a racist state, a racist jury, racist judge, racist district attorney, shoot two cops, kill what? And wound a cop and kill two white men and beat a double murder rap? Who does that? Some people say Hollywood. But it's what? Vision. Who was his lawyer? McConaughey. What's his name? Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
That was Samuel Jackson's what? Lawyer. He said, listen, I chose you because you just like them. You walk like them. You talk like them. If you was in my position, what would you say to set me free? And he had a daughter. Because the two Caucasian men raped Samuel Jackson's daughter and urinated on her, and hung her up like a pig, and the weight of her body broke the branch. And he told everybody to not keep your mouth closed. He told them to close your eyes and imagine a little girl walking, minding her business, coming from the grocery store, and two guys come up, slam on brakes, hit her in the head with a beer can. She hits the ground. They jump on top of her, have sex on her, and she's soaked in their urine, soaked in their semen, soaked in her blood. Do you see her crying for her daddy? Do you see her screaming out for what? Help. Then he told the jury to open your eyes. Now imagine that little girl was what? White. And the racist jury could not see past the black little girl. But when they made it personal, they saw their daughters. And they was able to let Samuel Jackson go. All because they had what? Vision. To see past our pain and see power in our pain. Healing for our hurt when you have what? Vision. The last one is love. Everybody love themselves in here? Why is that important to love? Anybody?
Everything depends on you loving yourself. Right. Your recovery, staying clean, staying humble. You know, you gotta always have love for yourself.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to love yourself more than others to make sure your recovery works.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
You can't love others before you love yourself.
That's right.
Not as well.
Very good. Agape love is unconditional. Everybody unconditionally love you today.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do.
Said it, man.
All right. Who can take their clothes off butt naked and love everything you see in that mirror?
Show you what.
Everything.
You have a cape on.
Sometimes I see a hairy caveman in the mirror.
All right, okay, all right. Listen, listen. Remember, y'all. Look, we all got topics in our lives, right? We all got storms in our lives, but we got to remember: are we progressing? Are we stagnated? Are we regression, going back to where we don't want to come? You know, where we came from. Everybody good? Yeah. All right. Love y'all, man. See y'all in 2 weeks. New topic, same passion. Who woke us up? God. Grant us serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God's will, not ours, be done. Amen. All right. God bless you. Take care, right? All right, my man.